one and all. It is Wednesday night. It's been Wednesday night before, and we missed this, but I had good reasons.
That's what you think.
I'm just going to enjoy this Tuborg.
Did you say tuba?
Welcome to Straying Theory. Little gentle strains of myself and Tim Eady in the background. And here we are. It's a Wednesday night. We're all together. How many people are on here with us, Ginger?
53 currently.
There we go. That'll change. A lot of you guys wait till after it's done. I guess you don't want to talk to me. I don't know. Ginger's in the house. I'm in the house. We have a special guest in the house.
Yes, I've said there's a special peanut gallery guest.
We will divulge the nature of the guest shortly. But first, let's give a shout out to the wonderful partners to String Theory and the JP Cormier channel, Boucher Guitars, Levy's, G&G Music, the Guitar House in Mississauga, Ontario, my good buddy Stan Zakemski, Brickhouse Guitars, Acoustic Shoppy in Missouri, Parkway Music down in Albany, New York, the main, only dealer of Crackett Guitars, K&K Sound, Gallagher, love you guys in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Alvarez, Yeri, St. Louis Music. Just happen to have a beautiful blackface Alvarez Laureate here that I've been tooling around with all day. And Yamaha, we got Close, we got Cody Guitars, we got the Dario, we got Apollo Picks, we got an Epiphone Gibson. What was I thinking? We got Blue Chip Picks, we got Toe Slab, we got LR Bags, we got Hosen, who builds the Avenir guitars, the JP Cormier signature model called the Bear for Brickhouse up in Kitchener, our buddy Roger Schmidt. We got George Crackett, one of the greatest single bench builders in the world. We got Emerald Guitars, the world's finest carbon fiber composite artisan style guitars. We got Emerald, we got SPCA, we got Charm Life Picks, Picker's Grip, Kennard down in Nacogdoches, Texas. We got Edmondson Guitars in Alabama. We got Shenmo, I got a brand new one of those that's going to come out on review very shortly. We got Flameng, our buddies in Green, Iowa. Cirrus Guitars, MJ Franks, and the boys down in Michigan are building me a new one right now. We got Rickard Banjos, we got Deering Banjos, we got Bedell, Breedlove, Promo, Dreamwood, Virgil Lawson, look out, and Loudon Guitars, and George doesn't even know he's a partner. Yeah, so there we are, boys and girls. There's the festivities for the night.
Jill,
we just wasted 4 minutes of your life that you'll never get back, and I don't care.
Aren't you a delight?
What?
But aren't you a delight?
Yes.
Jill is freaking out because of our guest.
Yes.
She's having a minor meltdown.
But she knows him, so she's met him before. She never forgets anybody.
But she's
just
out.
like really excited that he's here.
And she's trying to crawl inside my skin.
Yes. So we might as well tell you who it is, because we were going to sort of save it till later. But before you don't switch the camera yet.
Okay.
You ready? Don't do it yet.
Okay.
So I just want to say something about this guy. And no, all joking aside, this man has been with us since day one. He came on. He was one of the first people that commented on the very first String Theory, which means he's been like 6 years with us. And he's a fine. We haven't been doing this
for 6 years, though.
What's that?
I don't think we've been doing this for 6 years.
He's getting close. We're coming up to year 6 now. He has been here since day one, and he's a wonderful human being. He writes me every week. He stays in touch with me. He checks to see how we're doing. He lets me know what's going on in the music community around. He's always active, and he's a great, great friend to me and the channel. Mr. Larry Reindress is in the studio right now. Local Larry is here. Can we see it?
Yeah.
There you go. Well, is he got his own little camera or what?
He does.
Wave, Larry. Tell him hello.
Hello, everybody.
We love some Larry around here. I'll tell you. He's always with us. Never misses a night, except when you're out camping. Camping and fishing, you won't see Larry. But he always emails me and say, "I won't be there because I'm fishing," or he'll try to find Wi-Fi somewhere and get up with us. Anyway, we love you, Larry. Thank you, buddy.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. And so the next thing I have to do, which is a bit sad, I think this requires a little taste of the beast, which we should definitely have, a little Lagavulin here, and because we have some sad news in Cape Corner, and I just found this out today. Of course, it only happened last night, but you all know about the band called Shanneyganock, who, among other things, an incredible career they've had so far over the last decades from Newfoundland, and they cut one of my songs, Great Harbor Deep. Matter of fact, they're the ones that sort of made it into an anthem in Newfoundland. Wouldn't have done near as well with that song if they hadn't cut it and been singing it live forever. Well, last night we lost Mark Hiscock, the accordion player, great singer, great player, repository of Newfoundland music, and I don't even know what to say. He's much younger than me, I think, quite a few years younger than I am, and a heart attack is what they tell us, and we're mourning with everybody in Newfoundland, and Chris and all the guys in the band. Like it's gonna be tough going, but you know what? I think that he would have wanted you to keep getting it, like push on through it. I think that's the most important thing right now, is to make sure that his memory's never lost, and the band is the way to do that. And regardless, his contribution to the music industry there is so profound that he'll never be forgotten. He'll definitely not be forgotten by any of us. And our thoughts are with his family, and of course all the guys in the band. And it sucks when you have to make announcements like this, but it happens. And just like Gunning told me one time, he said, the age we're at, we're going to start losing people. And he was exactly right about that. We are starting to lose folks in the industry at a very uncomfortable pace. I don't like seeing people go this much, this often. So here is to Mr. Hiscock and his fantastic music and everything that he's done for all of us and the people in Newfoundland. And I don't even know what to say. I'm just sort of a little lost for words. A man gone so young. So we love you guys over in the Rock. Here's to him, and let's never forget him.
Cheers.
Guitar heads to turn him. Yeah, I just saw Mark. I think it was last summer. They were at Stanfest, weren't they? Or was that the year before?
It was several years ago, I think.
There's somewhere I just saw them recently.
Was it Camp Shore? Maybe?
Something like that. I feel like it was yesterday. I just patted him on the shoulder and told him how great he was. Right? Like, it's just, damn. Anyhow, he's our brother. He's gone, and we're not going to forget him. So, there you go, boys and girls. So, let's move on from that, if we can, and just, I'm going to just go through, I've been getting, there's so many comments about, there's just so many comments on everything we do here on the channel, and I like to try to answer some of them. Let's see here. here's a good one. I love this stuff. Maybe a lot of the people that watch the channel and watch string theory and stuff don't get a chance to go through all these comments that people put up. But there's a massive community. There's 40,000, almost 40,000 subscribers. And that reminds me, what are we? We're about 300 away, right?
300 or 400, yeah.
Yeah. Let's get the last 300 or 400. If you're watching and you like what we do, hit the subscribe button. It's totally free. There's no obligation to you at all. And it lets YouTube know that we're being watched, which helps reach more and more and more people, right? And that's all I really want. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit it now. So we got a guy named, or it could be a girl, I don't know. They're called Break and Run 70. Probably born in 70, so they're about the same age as me. Commenting on the Virgil Lawson guitar, right? And everybody, so I got to say this. I'm super proud of Virgil Lawson and Dreamwood Guitars, because this is a man who's making only 10 to 15 guitars a year. He's in a small town in Tennessee. Super nice guy. Just recently, over the last few years, decided to go into full-time building. And I'm telling you what, of that guitar, the review of that guitar blew everybody's minds, and I'm so proud of him, because it was, I don't even know what to say. Like, the guy is building unbelievable guitars, unbelievable, and the price of them is unbelievable. They're coming in at $3,500 US, and that's far below stuff that you'd buy that would even compete with what he's doing. It's probably a third of what you'd pay to get a guitar that could compete with what he's doing. So I just thought I'd say that, because it just blows me away. These single bench guys are just killing it. So Break and Run says, nice looking guitar, JP. Sounds great too. Like, I could go through 100 comments here about how many people just lost their minds over that guitar. You were saying the neck is very thin. As you know, my hand's getting worse, looking for a really thin neck guitar. Awesome review of the Dreamer guitar. Very distinct sound. I like the sound. So that's cool. Like this. So Break and Run, you should contact him. His information is on here. It's on the video of the review that I did. And yeah, call Virgil. He will be very happy that you did. See what else is on here. Like, what's really cool is some of these videos that people comment on are quite old, and and I love that, because that means that people are watching stuff I did, 3 and 4 and 5 years ago. And there's a lot of comments this week about the video I just put out about Giacomo Turra, the guy who was on, unfortunately, on YouTube and Instagram faking his prowess. Oh, yes, here's a good one. So there was a guy called Brian F1010 who gave me a little bit of an ass kicking on the Why Do I Hate Martin Guitars video, which is up to what did I say it was? 243,000?
Something.
It's fucking ridiculous. But anyhow, he told me, to get my facts correct, and that there's no duty on guitars, but which is not entirely true here. And he was unaware of the level of our HST in this province. Anyhow, I got talking to him, and he's a cool dude. So I don't know if he even told me where he is in Ontario. He didn't answer me, but I told him, I did tell him, you should send me your store and name and address, give you a shout out. I like guys chiming in on stuff like that, because often, even the difference between Nova Scotia and Ontario, we don't often, sometimes we can be unaware of what's happening in those provinces, right? things are different here in Nova Scotia than they are in Ontario, and things are different in Ontario than they are in Alberta, and all of us are different than in British Columbia. And Quebec's another thing altogether. So we don't get much chance to talk to each other about what's happening with all sorts of things, guitar sales and duties and tariffs and blah, blah, blah. And we just sort of live in our own little capsules because the country's humongous. It's 10 provinces. It's like the second biggest nation in the world. And so it's nice to see guys that have enough interest in the situation to write to me and go, yeah, well, this is how it is in Ontario. So that fellow there, what was his name? Oh, yeah, Brian 1010. Brian F. 1010. Love you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. And hopefully you'll send me a little note with your shop name and the location. I'd love to help you. Because he is a registered Martin dealer in Canada, which is not easy to get anymore. Because Long and McQuaid has them all. So the little shops, we need to support them. So there you go. Anyhow, that's enough of that for now. There's so many people involved in that scenario asking questions and making comments, and I appreciate them all, and I will read them every day. They come in every day, dozens and dozens and dozens of them. It's nuts how much interaction there is on the channel. So we will take a question. First question goes to
Terry B.
Terry B.
Does changing plastic saddle and nut to bone or tusk make much difference in guitar sound? Does one have more effect than the other?
Absolutely. There is no comparison between plastic and tusk even. Tusk is like tusk is really a man-made bone. It's a synthetic, it's micarta, right? But it's meant to imitate bone. And it does. If you drop it on a table, it sounds like bone. It's a high-pitched, ringing sound when you drop a tusk bridge pin or a bridge or a saddle or whatever on a table. It literally goes ding, ding, tink, 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 and plastic goes thud. Mm-hmm. Right? Oh, Jack's back in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Not even coughing. Made it up the stairs. Jack's doing pretty good. He's 13. He's yawning. He's yawning. He's tired. Anyhow, but yes, there's no question that if you have a guitar, and here's the thing, right? This is really cool. So, as you know, I have a great love for guitars that don't cost a fortune, that sound incredible. But a lot of guitars in that category that I would play on stage live, right? They are coming with plastic bridges and nuts and saddles, right? Or not bridges, but they're coming with nuts and saddles that are plastic and plastic pins. And even some high-end guitars, like some Yamahas and stuff, come with plastic pins. So the best thing you could do as soon as you get a guitar like that, if you play it and it's killer, switch out everything. Get a tusk nut, a tusk saddle, tusk pins. The reason I'm not saying go get bone is because bone is twice the price, and it takes a shit ton of time to make them. Bone just can't be, snap your fingers and it's there. It has to be carved, cut, notched. Like it's not easy. You have to find somebody who knows how to work with bone.
What animal does the bone come from?
Mostly it comes from domesticated animals.
Like somebody's dog?
No, I mean farm animals. But the main Jesus, Larry just keeled over. The main place it comes from, that's the most successful version of it, believe it or not, is deer antlers.
Yeah.
Like deer is where the best bone comes from. If you get a guy that can do deer antler, man, it's unbelievable. But again, it's not easy because bone is not consistent, right? It's porous. It has potential cracks and breaks in it below the surface that you can't see when you start to cut these tiny pieces out of it. So if you watch videos on guys cutting saddles and nuts out of deer antler, you'll see them holding up to the light, and they'll go, okay, so you can see it through the light that one side is darker than the other side. Well, that means it's more dense on one side than the other. So that piece is no longer viable, because it would not vibrate the same across the 6 strings if one side's really dense and one side really light and porous, right? So, yeah, it's a crapshoot. That's why most pro players go for Tusk, because Tusk is completely consistent. That's what you're looking for. Plastic is garbage. Sounds like plastic. So plastic. The reason now here's a point to make. The reason plastic sounds like shit is because it absorbs vibration. It's soft, so when you hit the string, the nut and the saddle are absorbing most, like probably 50% of the vibration of that string. Bone and tusk especially, a man-made bone, micarta, is super dense, super heavy, but yet light as a feather. It's lighter than plastic almost. You put that in there, super dense, you hit the string, the micarta rejects the vibration of the string, which means it pushes the vibration into the wood of the guitar, and that's why it sounds better. So, absolutely, if you have a plastic anything, even pins. Let's say you have a guitar with micarta nut and saddle, but the pins are plastic. Well, if you change those pins to tusk, even any tusk especially, because it's hard to get. The only place I know right now that's making bone pins out of this factory is Shenmo. They make
Camel bone,
nut, saddle, and pins, and I'm telling you what, it makes a massive difference sonically in what they're doing, right? So this Alvarez has a micarta saddle and nut, and I'm pretty sure these are tusk pins. I just changed the strings on this guitar today, and I put string joys on this. It sounds beautiful. Still stretching. This thing has hyper intonation.
what does that mean?
It means that Alvarez builds
Define that one.
Alvarez builds such perfect guitars that you don't need to temper them almost. Normally, like when I was tuning there, I was trying to temper it so it would be in tune in every key. You don't need to do it. You can tune it perfectly in tune, and every chord is in tune because their intonation is hyper adjusted. I love this guitar. It's a very old vintage sounding guitar. Because they're made with premium materials picked out and sent to the factory, and then they're set up by the custom shop luthiers. This thing here has an onboard LR Bags hi-fi system on it. It's the first one of its kind that I've ever seen. It has it onboard everything right here, and it's the hi-fi system. I've tried this thing through my amplifier, and it's just deadly. So Alvarez is really taking advantage of that, of the new LR Bags technology, and which is a big thing because normally you're looking at installing a hi-fi system, post-installed in a guitar, and mistakes get made, or maybe the guitar just doesn't like that pickup. These guys are building the guitars with the idea that they're going to put a hi-fi system in it. They're getting certain connections shortened and adjusted so that there's no hanging wires, there's no nothing. Like they're doing all these modifications to the system that they're getting bags to do for them. And this is the outcome. You get this hyper intonated stage guitar, right, which is Alvarez is beautiful at. They just do the best stage instruments you've ever seen. And that's why I love them. They're
Although that new one that is very pretty, and it's not an Alvarez.
Which one?
The one in the case over there that I brought in from the house. That's a
Shenmue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to put a SGI in that thing.
That is a pretty stage guitar.
That is, when I say stage guitar, cosmetics is part of it, but the biggest part of it is an instrument that you can plug in and get a real what's the word to describe it?
Like, no fuss.
Yeah, no fuss, but also you get I can't think of the word I need right now. But it's when you plug this thing in on stage, it has the best of sort of all worlds. It doesn't concentrate on one. It doesn't concentrate on one ability. Like a K&K pickup is tremendous because it shows the true nature of the guitar plugged in. This guitar here utilizes these hi-fi systems so that you get the guitar, but you also get the candy that you might want in a big venue, maybe playing with other people in a large band, whatever. This thing will stand out because it has power in the frequencies that you would need to cut through the large band. And it's achieved easily, as opposed to potentially using a sensor system like K&K or SGI, where you have to, if you wanted to play with a large band and fill an auditorium, you would have to EQ the K&K differently. This thing, you plug it in and it's ready to go. It's automatic. They have it tuned to fit big spaces, no feedback, no bottom end problems. It's got a beautiful EQ on the side of it. Like it's the way things are going right now in the guitar world. I don't even know where we're headed, because it just seems like everything's getting better and better and better. Everything. Guitar builders are getting better. The electronics are getting better. You have a massive choice of electronics right now. You have K&K, you have SGI, you have the hi-fi systems, you have the hi-fi duet systems now, which is the two hi-fi sensors plus a barrel mic. You just have all the stuff right now that is allowing people to just, when you have that kind of sound reinforcement in your instrument, man, it's incredible. You're able to do things live that we would have never even thought of 30 years ago, because it wouldn't have been translated into the sound system. Now everything you do is translated into the sound system. That actually might be a bad thing for some people, but at the same time, if it is, it makes them go back to the woodshed, because they're like, okay, I don't sound that good plugged in because I'm not paying attention to my craft, right? And they go back and they learn a bunch of stuff, and then they go in and plug it in, and they're tearing the walls out of the place. Could never do that as an acoustic guitar player before. Like, I remember starting out in this business in Nashville, and getting the very first undersaddle LR bags that was ever made. I had it put in my guitar. And it's unbelievable the difference, how my life changed. Poor Jacko. Jacko's having a coughing fit.
Just joking.
It's unbelievable the difference it made, right? Between what was before, which was me playing into a 57, and that's a 57, went from that to being plugged in and being able to blow the walls out of an arena, right, with a big country band, and no feedback problems and nothing, just straight out of the end pin, away we went, and it sounded like crap in those days. It was thin and whatever, but it was empowering, right? So what's going on now in the world? You have all these builders who are just going crazy with what they're building, and you have a number of ways to amplify that on stage, and all these amplifiers that are out there available. Like, I use the Fishman, but I also have an AER 80 watt. I have a Roland AC 60, which is a really old amp that I just love. It was one of the first amps I ever used before the Fishman came out. And plus, then you've got the stage boxes. You've got the LR Bags Anthem, like the Stadium box. You've got the Fishman Platinum Pro Plus. You've got any number of things, right? Simple tools, a cable into a box or into an amp and out through the front of house. It was never like that. That was just never like that. Now we have everything, right? So it's pretty cool. Anyhow, I went down a rabbit hole there, but it was fun.
So there was actually a second part to the question.
Yeah, give it to me.
That you kind of rabbit holed before you answered. Is there one that makes more difference than the other to change? Like the saddle, the nut, or the pins? If you're only going to change one, would there be one that would have more of an effect?
Well, okay, so that's an easy question because the level of difficulty of changing, right, goes from easiest to hardest. Bridge pins are easiest. Saddle is the next hardest. Nut is the most difficult. And I say difficult, but it's not. It's just you have to get someone who's really talented and understands how it's to be done. Like, it's too bad you don't have Doug Sampson, because Doug Sampson can do it all. That's the guy that I go to. I've gone to for my entire career. It's been over 35 years. He still helps me. He's retired, but if I went to him and said, "Could you cut me a new nut for this?" and he would do it. So bridge pins can be done by the consumer, right? That's it. You just buy them. I mean, I used to have sets sitting here on the table. Go to any store. Make sure you have the right. Make sure you have the right diameter, because Martin style and Gibson style are different. So you got to make sure which guitar you have. You go take your existing pin in and go, I need pins that replace these. Buy the Tusk, put them in. That's going to make a big, big difference. Tusk is going to make a huge difference in the bridge pins. If that doesn't make you happy, then go go somewhere to somebody you trust and say, cut me a Tusk saddle. They'll do it. If it needs compensation, they'll do it. And then that should bring your guitar up 40%. And if you're still not happy, go back and say, okay, cut me a nut now.
But you put those in order of like simplest to most difficult, but what is the most effective to change the sound? Is there one that's more...
They're all equal. You could think of them as 30% apiece. So if you do the bridge pins, you're going to increase by 30% in quality of sound and tone and sustain. The saddle will give you another 33%. The nut will give you the final 33%. You'll be at 99% of everything you can possibly get out of that guitar using Tusk. The only thing above it is going to be bone. Like I said, bone is difficult.
Yeah.
Bone's expensive. Bone is... Not many people can cut it right. You have to be really... I know I'm probably just pissed off a bunch of people, but I don't care. I've used bone stuff on my instruments all my life. I had to go to a specialist to get it done because they have to really be careful of the mass and density of the bone, and they also have to be able to cut it correctly so that your strings are going off the nut the right direction so that your saddle is properly compensated. And to buy bone bridge pins, I don't even know where the hell you'd buy bone bridge pins. I really don't. You can buy them, but there's, in all honesty, there's better quality materials than bone for bridge pins now. Martin makes a bridge pin they call liquid steel, and as far as I know, that's the best sounding bridge pin I've ever heard. I don't have them in any guitar, but I've played guitars that have these liquid steel bridge pins. They're $280 a set.
Well, that sounds necessary.
Yeah, but it's high technology. I can't take it away from them, right? Like they really are. There are some kind of metal. I don't know what the composite is, but they are definitely worth the money, I think. Poor Jacko. Jack's trying to make a bed and he's coughing. He's okay.
Poor buddy.
You gonna lay down, buddy? There you go. Cough all that shit up. Want some scotch?
I don't think that would help.
Scotch is good.
Not for dogs.
Okay, next.
I got a highlighted chat from Mr. Stephen Baker.
Stephen Becker. There you go, Larry. Stephen Becker. Larry's in the studio, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Larry's in the studio.
I'm going to put him on screen here for this one. He says, Chris looks excellent tonight. Whatever
Yeah.
he's done, keep it up.
Yeah, he's really thin, isn't he? Lost a ton of weight. Jack, it really isn't that much you can do to that thing to make a bed out of it.
Digging in a rug, thinking he's going to make it fluffy.
Oh, he's just fighting with that. He's just there's like a sheepskin he likes to lay on, and he's just fighting with it all steady. Just lay down, buddy.
What a
It's
dude.
all good. Poor little fella. He's 13. He's hanging on for us. He's on more drugs than me. Next.
There's a question from Thomas.
Thomas?
Thomas? Is the JP Cormier Alvarez Yari available anywhere?
It is. I was just notified about 2 weeks ago that the first batch of them were on the water on the way here. So they're going to be available at the acoustic shop in Missouri. They're going to be available at the Guitar House in Mississauga, Ontario. And basically, what Chris Meikle has told me is that if you go anywhere, see, here was a bit of a buck up. They split Yairi from Alvarez in the dealership world. So you have to find a store that deals Yairi, right? Because it is an Alvarez, but it's not an Alvarez. It's a Yairi. And so you have to go to a shop, ask them if they deal Alvarez, and if they say yes, get them the check that they can get the JP model. And then if that doesn't work, say, do you also deal Yairi? And if they do, they'll definitely be able to get it. But the first, I'm not sure how many came over, because I told Chris, I said, you better get going on this, because there's like 200 people waiting for this to buy this guitar. Because I've received at least 200 messages about this instrument. And buddy, you couldn't spend your money any better, because that guitar is just smoking. It's one of the best guitars I've ever played in my life. It's different, it's weird, it's gorgeous. It's a slope shoulder, 13 fret, small cutaway, slotted headstock, sunburst, Honduran mahogany. Oh my God. It's like, when you play that thing, it's like, wow, this is crazy good. And so yeah, I would be looking around for dealers in your area that deal with Alvarez and or Yairi. And if you can, because there are, I mean, a lot of these guys have both dealerships. And that's how you do it. And hopefully I know there's some coming to Guitar House in Mississauga. There's some going to Acoustic Shop in Missouri. Both of these places do shipping worldwide. Yeah, so that's the best I can do for you right now until I get an update on, because I know they didn't make enough. I already know that. I think they were making about 30 of them, and that's not enough.
If they contact those shops, can they pre-order them?
Yes. Now that they're actually coming across the water on the boats, they're literally coming. They're in the containers coming over now. That means that you know they're gonna. You can order them. They'll be on back order, but yeah. So please do, because you will not be sorry. It's one of the best guitars that I've ever laid hands on. It's right up there with all the rest of my hero guitar builders, right? So yeah, hopefully you can get one and you'll love it. You will not be disappointed. I'm telling you. Carnerxt.
Question from Task number 3.
Task,
like true airspeed.
True airspeed number 3.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah,
That's
right.
the lens through which I'm viewing his name.
All right. True airspeed.
Yes, number 3.
What was that one? All something no rudder. What?
All airspeed, no rudder.
All airspeed no rudder.
Yeah. Where can I find your online lessons?
MasterMusicMethod.com.
Right there.
MasterMusicMethod.com. You can sign up. It's $20 a month in US, $25 in Canadian. You get 3 days free to see if you like it. If you don't get charged. Out you go. And if you want to stay in, hang in there. We're building it out all the time. It's going to continue to build up this year. We're getting tabs written that were lost. We had to reclaim the site, so it's slowly getting built back up where it was. There's tabs coming. There's new lectures coming. Stephen Baker's in charge of a lot of this stuff, and me and him are just working on this stuff as we can outside our day jobs. So yeah, you're more than welcome. Come on, we'll have a good time. Garnext.
I got a super chat from Colin Dolan.
Colin Dolan, all the way from Ireland.
Mm-hmm. We do need to get there someday.
Yes, we do. Love you guys.
Hey JP, why do builders like Yamaha and Boucher not really make any cedar top steel string acoustics?
Well, because cedar is not the most popular wood. I love cedar. I have cedar guitars. Matter of fact, I think my Loudon is a cedar guitar. But in all honesty, cedar, as good as it sounds, man, cedar sounds unreal. It sounds warm, bright at the same time. It has lots of expressiveness. You can hit it and just pow. You just hear the top responding to everything you do. But here's the problem with cedar. Cedar is the weakest wood that you can use on the guitar. It is incredibly weak. It has no tensile cohesion. It's one of those kind of guitars. It's one of those kind of woods, that's the deal. It's prone to cracking. It's prone to deterioration quicker than spruce. It's just not the best wood. Although, like I said, I love the sound of it. Cedar top guitars are incredible, and it takes a very special builder, like Loudon, right? Or like even Takamine made some great cedar top guitars. You'll notice that a lot of the classic builders, from Boucher down all the way down to Collings to Bourgeois to I don't care who, they never choose cedar because it's so difficult to work with, and it doesn't have the lifespan of spruce, and that's why. And again, I'm saying this, but at the same time, I know Loudons that are 30 years old that still look and play and sound great. So a lot of it depends on the builder, how good the builder is, how the wood is prepared, how it's dried, how it's finished, all these things.
Imagine
right?
how it's stored as well.
And how it's stored, yes. So it's, I mean, you can't, there's a reason why people drift to spruce for tops. It is the most flexible, long-lasting, shit. I just got no words for that right now. Durable woods that you can use for a guitar top. And so yeah, if you find a great cedar top guitar, never turn loose of it, because if it lasts, if it stays in, and doesn't crack and doesn't split and doesn't give you any problem, there's a potential that guitar could last you 30 years and end up being one of the best sounding guitars you've ever owned, or anybody's ever owned. Because again, I cite Loudon. Loudon's been using cedar forever, and by God, their guitars are long lasting, and because it's how they build it. It has to do with the builder as well. So cedar's not the same thing to work with as spruce. So you have to sort of, fool around with bracing, fool around with tap tuning, like all these things are, when you start changing species of wood inside a guitar, everything changes. So the standard rosewood Sitka spruce, that's a no-brainer. It's been done for 200 years. But when you start to go into, koa and whatever, like ebony, I've seen ebony guitars that have a Sitka spruce top, or they have an ebony top. I've seen all of that too. It all has to be done differently. It has to be braced differently. It has to be, all these things have to go into the science and mathematics of the response of the wood that the builder's using, right? So, yeah. But I'm a big fan of cedar guitars. Period. Fight me. They're great. Okay, next.
It is Jasper North's birthday today.
Jasper. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jasper North. Happy birthday to you.
There you have it. Have you been talking to Buck about the CD shipments at all?
The CD shipments. So, okay, it's a good idea to talk about that. The brand new album's out. You can buy it now at atlanticmusicstore.ca.
Probably.
Is that what it is? Or is it atlanticmusicstore.com?
I think it'll take you to the same place either way.
Yeah. So you can buy them online. You can buy them from Me Alive. It's the only place you can get them. The people that ordered these prior at $15 a piece. So here's what happened. He sent the first shipment of them to me because I need them for live. His are on the way. So they will be coming out to you.
Some people have got them, so Cajun Queen got
Yep.
hers.
Yep, it's going to be a little while. There was a lot of pre-orders. There was over 200 of them. So it takes time. They're getting them in. They're shipping them out. So you should have, if you pre-ordered it, the $15 pre-order rate in the last few weeks, it should be there in a couple of weeks' time, depending on where you are. So, but Buck is super dependable, and if you want to order them now, they're up to the normal price of $20. You can go on atlanticmusicstore.com or .ca. You'll know when you find it. It'll be a big picture of my fucking smiling arsehole face. And you can go buy the record there, and they'll come right to your door.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can see me live this year and buy one from me personally for $35,000 a piece. Connect.
Wrapped in gold.
Larry's just laughing his ass off. I love Larry. You're the man, buddy. You're the man. Get next.
A super chat from Gavin Horning.
Kevin Horning. That's a fucking good name. It's got to be Irish.
I don't know.
Okay. Go, Gavin.
He says, love your content, JP. Cheers to you and Ginger.
Love you, buddy. Thanks for supporting us, man. Appreciate you so much. Okay, next.
I got a question from Cameron Murgatroyd.
That's a good one. Cameron
What
Murgatroyd.
is that from, that name?
It's from a cartoon, Murgatroyds.
But it's like, there's an exclamation.
I know. Yeah.
Heavens to Murgatroyd?
Yeah, Heavens to Murgatroyd. Oh, it's
Yeah.
from the cat. He was a cat. Heavens to Murgatroyd. It was a cat. It was a space
Ever since I
deal.
saw his name, I was trying to figure, is it the little alien dude?
No.
No?
It was a cat.
Cat.
Like a big tiger or lion said that. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Okay, what is it?
Anywho.
What's the question?
I recently listened to your cover of Human with Dave Gunning. I could be wrong, but it sounds like a 12-string tuned down a full tone. Just wondering if that's the case.
It is not. It is a regular 6-string. It is also one of my prized guitars. It's a Hosen slope-shouldered dreadnought that I tuned down a full tone because it was too goddamn high for me to sing, or it was. So what you're hearing is that big old, and I'm playing it with no picks. I'm just ripping it, and like it's really floppy and rattly, which may be the idea that it's giving you that it's a 12-string. But also we have Dave playing his dadgad style guitar way up high, so at times it probably does sound like a 12, but it's not. It's just my Hosen. A beautiful guitar. It's called his Maestro Company guitars. Unbelievable, beautiful, beautiful instrument. And that's how we did it. Yep. Next.
Question from Dave Kerr.
Dave Kerr.
If you had $200 gift card to L&M, what gadgets would you look at picking up? I want to go shopping, and other than a drink holder for the mic stand, I'd love your ideas.
I would definitely load up on strings and capos and picks. If it's only $200, that's what I'd be getting. I'd be getting, depending on what you like, whatever you're using now, for a capo, get something different. If you're using a Kaiser, buy a Page. If you're using a Page, buy a Shub. Get some nice picks, like
Why change capos?
because they're all different. They're all different, and they all work easier or harder, depending on what your preferences are, and they change the sound of the guitar. So you might, if you're using something, you might use something else and go, wow, that sounds better, it's cleaner and crisper or whatever. I love Kaisers, but that's because they're quick. And I don't depend a lot on open strings to play, really. A lot of my stuff is closed. So it's just like, yeah, Kaiser can do as good a job as anything. Probably the reason I love it so much, it sounds like flesh. Kaiser is a big, thick rubber pad that holds the string down, so it sounds more like finger than nut. Some people want the nut sound, so they use like a Page. A Page like this is metal with a really thin, hard rubber coating around it. This is going to sound way sharper and way brighter, like a fret, right? I don't like that sound. I want my guitars to sound like my fingers are holding down every note, and the Kaiser does that. That's why I use them. And they're super fast, right? As for quality, Shub makes the best capo in the world, because they have the qualities of the Kaiser. They have the thick rubber, stopper, right? But the mechanics of the Shub is far superior to Kaiser because it's adjustable. So you get that flesh tone, but you can change the pressure of a Shub. Kaisers you can't. And after so many months or years, Kaisers wear out because all it is a clothespin spring. It's just literally a metal spring that you would put in a clothespin. So that starts to deteriorate over usage, right? And then you have to buy another Kaiser. The shub you can use for 10 years and then replace the rubber and you still get the same capo, right? So I would definitely do stuff like that. I would pick out nice capos, nice picks, nice straps, a rechargeable snark tuner. They're awesome. You just plug them into your car on the way to the gig and they're all charged up and they're super fast. Like just little things like that that make playing fun, especially when you're playing live. All these little, doodads and extras and whatever, it counts when you're, doing your thing. It's like comfort food. Oh, I got a nice shub. I got a nice tuner. I got a nice pick. I got a nice strap. Like you're surrounding yourself in the little comfort zone, right? And you need to buy stuff like that if you're gonna go, get a $200 gift certificate. You can get you might want to lay off on the strap. Straps are getting so fucking high now you can't even afford them. But shubs and tuners and picks and stuff like that, if you have room at the end, for like a $50 strap or $75 strap, the straps are ridiculously high. They're not any better than they ever were. So I don't know what the fuck that's all about. But anyhow, yeah, that's what I'd do. I got driver. Next.
Mm-hmm. Iggy Whiskers says local Larry is much quieter than local Chris.
Local Larry is having a good time, and he's sitting over there smiling, and like he always does, he's a lovely man. Our local Larry, we love him. He's having a good time. He's just sitting over there. He's fucking, you do it all. I love it. I love it. He just loves being here. I love that. There he is. There he is. Look at him. He's all happy. He's just staring at Ginger. He's like looking at the screen. That man's a gem right there.
I got a highlighted chat from Mark Smith.
Mark Smith in the studio with me here several days. He is making an unbelievable fucking record. Unbelievable. It's blowing me away. We're having a great time with that. What's he saying?
Have you had a chance to play a McGilroy acoustic yet? Tried one in Ireland. It was fantastic.
I'm not sure.
You don't know if you played it or you don't know if you like it?
I'm not sure if I'm what's it called? McElroy?
Maybe. It looks like McGilroy, but it could be...
It's a McElroy.
Okay.
MCIL?
Yep.
McElroy, yes.
That's Mick.
I have not...
Where you get an A from?
MCILROY?
McElroy?
McElroy. That's how it's pronounced, McElroy. As a matter of fact, last year at Stanfest, the guys from the Miscellaneous Folk, I hate the way that's pronounced. That's how they say it, Miscellany. I think. It's Miscellany. Miscellany. Anyhow. Their guitar player plays one. And he was trying to sell it. And me and Dave played it. And we were like, I'll fight you for this guitar. I'm pretty sure that was a McElroy. And we called the guy. He gave us the guy's phone number and we called him. And said, man, you make these things are unbelievable. How can we get one, right? And of course, they're premium priced because he's established over there and only builds about 10, 15 guitars a year, and they are really, really high. But worth every penny. If I had that kind of money, I would buy one of those. Like the same way I would buy an Olsen or some of the other ones, Larry. There's all kinds of those big name ones, right? That are they're so rare. But that's the quality of what he's doing. So, yeah, I do know about them. Me and David played that one at Stanfest and were just floored And it sounded so good on stage. I don't know what he had in it for a pickup system, but it was fucking unreal how good it sounded. Yeah. Knerkst.
Ian Rossler wants to know if you like the string joys.
I don't know yet. These are the coated ones, and from the feel of them, they're coated all right with probably bullshit, but I'll see. Listen, those aren't coated strings. Elixirs don't make any sound. D'Addario XS don't make any sound. Like, it's just, I don't know what they're coated with or how deep the coating is, but we'll find out. I'm going to use this in the studio. I love this guitar, and frankly, I wish I could get behind String Joy because they're a very small company in Tennessee, and they deserve, people love their strings. But I'm not sure if, see, there's two kinds of string users. There's guys like me who want strings to take 1,000 fucking tons of punishment for 4 shows and still sound the same, and then you change them. That's my world. That because I use Elixirs and I use D'Addario XS. That's it, right? Then the other kind of string user is I want strings to sound like uncoated brand new strings for one show. And if they do that, I'm happy. So String Joy, to me, is saying, yeah, we can give you that uncoated one show thing, but maybe it'll last 3 shows, right? So I'm trying to find out how successful they are in creating this uncoated string tone whilst being able to last more than 2 shows. Because I can't change strings every fucking 2 shows. I'm out on the road for 10 nights. I go through 2 sets of strings.
Easy.
2, that's it. 5 nights, 5 nights. And they sound the same from day 1 to day 5. Day 1 to day 5, I've used 2 sets of strings. So that's the 2 worlds we're talking about. And I don't begrudge people their love of uncoated strings. So, for instance, if I had my choice, I'd be using John Pierce all the time. They're uncoated. I think John Pierce are probably the best uncoated strings on the planet. But they only last a couple shows with me because my pH level is so high that I just eat through strings. So I start sweating, they're gone. But they last 2 shows, sometimes 3 shows, right? That's how good they are. John Pierce are unbelievable good strings. Then you've got stuff like GHS, which was always one of my favorites. I always use them. I use their mando strings, their banjo strings, guitar, and then of course you've got D'Addario, which is the world standard, right? I use those strings for most of my career, before coated strings came along. So I understand the love that people have for the unadulterated string. I get it. But as a utilitarian mindset, being on the road and playing every night, I don't want to deal with that. I want the string to sound good, right, for a lot of nights. And that's what coated strings get you. Elixirs does it. I think D'Addario does it even better. I think the new XS coated strings are the best ones on the market. And I'm used to the sound of Elixir, so I end up switching back and forth. When I go to a store and pick up strings, I buy 6 Elixirs and 6 XS. Right? I want them both. I like them both. I like the tone of the Elixirs, and I like the longevity and the XS has a very concise, exact tone. You attack the string and it's right there, right? There's no ambiguity about XS strings. They're just, you hit them and they're super fast and they're super clean. And yeah, so like, yeah, there you go. It is what it is. I hope that these last good. I thought about it today when I put them on and I played it, and I was like, man, this thing sounds pretty good with those on. So I'm gonna play these. I'm gonna use it in the studio over the next 10 days. I'm gonna see how long they last. And you know what? If they last well, I'm gonna call Stringjoy. I'm gonna call them up and say, listen, want to be a partner, right? Because they need it. Everybody needs help, right? So if they want to send me a dozen sets a year to use, I will, and I'll talk about them on here. I already am talking about them, but yeah, I think everybody should. If they're making good product, we should all get behind them. I don't care who's making it. If it's good, let's get behind them. Next.
So TAS is not True Airspeed. It's the acoustic shop.
Oh Jesus, that's Chapman's. Love you guys. I love you guys.
It's Vince.
Yeah. Hey Vince, how you doing, buddy?
Specifically, yes.
I absolutely, man. Thank you guys so much for everything you've done for me over these last years, and I just love you guys so much. I wish we could make a whole record together. I mean,
man. You could.
Oh my God! That's my dream. My dream is just come down to Missouri. Let's go to the studio and just make a record. I don't care. Let's just do it. The Chapmans are some of the most talented men I have ever met in my entire life. And I knew them when I was a kid. When we were all babies and they were playing with their family band. These guys are tremendous, tremendous musicians. And that it overshadows the store. Like the acoustic shop is probably the best shop in all of America for what they do, right? It's unbelievable. The instruments and the different builders they feature from all over the world. And yeah, it's just, they're incredible. So that's fight me. Love the acoustic shop.
Challenging a lot of people to a fight today.
I fucking right. Let's go. Get next.
Got a super chat from Gavin Horning.
Gavin!
Basic tips for a jazzer learning bluegrass.
Well, you're set up pretty good already because you get the left hand, right? The bluegrass, it's going to be easy. You got to tone down and start thinking in other shapes. But you'll be able to do right stuff and anything. Just tone down. The expanse has to narrow, right? And use all the speed and technicality to get relatively simple ideas, right? But tone is everything. And your right hand, same way, except you might have to start thinking about playing more up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Jazz has a lot of room for not doing alternating picking constantly. Jazz is you can do a lot of things, all downs, all ups, whatever the case may be. But in bluegrass, you have to change it to down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. No matter what's going on over here, it has to be played that way, or you lose the continuity of the melody. You lose tone. You lose all these things. You're already used to probably using heavy picks. Great thing. But switch to a bigger pick, a large triangle pick, like a Wiegand or a Blue Chip or a whatever. And that's it. That's all you need to know. Just go with what you know. And start with great guitar players like Doc Watson and Norman Blake and Dan Crary, and move on to Rice, because Rice was in the jazz world. So, but get the basics first. Go to Doc first. Doc was the god. Go to him, learn everything you can of his, get the timing, get the economy of movement. You'll have all that as a jazz player anyway. So that's why I'm saying it might be easier for a jazz player to go down into bluegrass and get that focus, right? And I don't mean to be saying down. It's just that jazz has such a wide dispersal of ideas and concepts. Bluegrass is straight ahead, right? straight ahead, straight tone, good timing, good economy of movement, good volume. Like all these things, all these components make up bluegrass guitar. And they don't necessarily appear in jazz. Jazz has a wide open field. So you can take all that technique and just distill it down into bluegrass if if you listen to the right players. So, yeah. That's the best advice I can give. I'm rather cognizant tonight. I'm lucid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that is.
Well, you've got string theory withdrawal.
I do. And I'm well in the bag.
Not really, no.
Oh, yeah. Connect!
Super chat from Cajun Queen.
Cajun Queen.
Learning to flat pick a Jerry Holland tune, Stan Chapman's Reel. Just curious if you've played that one on fiddle.
I did, but I don't remember how it goes, but I know it. And it's a great flat pick tone. That's one out of the book. Stan Chapman's Reel. I can't think of it offhand, but I know it. I've played it for decades. Yeah, good one. Next.
Corey McCormick is wondering how to rip a CD to listen on Apple Music in the car.
Rip a CD? Don't even ask me. I fight eternally with Apple to get my own goddamn music off of the service that I own, that I made, that they don't have, and I put it in there, and now I have to pay for it. Whatever. Fuck Apple.
I think you have to do it on a computer, put it in your Apple Music, and then put it in your phone somehow.
Oh, yeah,
it never works right
because
Apple hates other things.
That's right. Apple's dicks.
Yeah. All he has is a PS5 to listen to it.
You can buy CD players off Amazon for like $12. Bluetooth ones. Next.
Searching. Oh, our friend from Greece is here.
Oh, really?
Mr. Canelopoulos, yep.
Attaboy! Hello, Greece.
He's here most nights.
Larry, wave to Greece.
Wait. Okay, now wave to Greece.
Wave to Greece.
Hey, Greece.
From Greece. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Can you imagine?
He's here most nights.
Love you, buddy. Thank you for being with us. That's awesome. Isn't that wicked, Larry?
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
That's lovely.
Cool. Love you, man. Thank you for being here. Anything else?
Scanning. Stand by.
Battery 90%.
Yeah, you heard her.
A question from Kyle Bell.
Kyle Bell.
Are you going to get the new Bedell 1940 in to review? Do you know if there's any Bedell dealers in Canada?
I don't know either one of those questions. I know that Bedell, I spoke with Bedell. They're beautiful, beautiful people. I've got my little Bedell here, and I know that there's a Dreadnought, I think, coming to me.
Oh,
and also, they want to start doing Breedlove with me this year, as they own Breedlove, right? So, yeah, I would suspect that there's going to be a larger Bedell Breedlove presence on the channel this year, starting this year. They're wonderful, wonderful folks. And, yeah. So yeah, again, like these are great guitars, unbelievable, and so is Breedlove. Breedlove is making wicked guitars. So if you can find, I would just suggest to go to their site and look at the dealer list and find out where they are. You can find Bedells and Breedloves that way. So go for it, because you won't be sorry.
We got... Wait. Premature.
We're good.
We've got a highlighted chat from Corey McCormick.
Corey McCormick! Cheers, buddy!
How do you think the tariffs will affect the market?
I don't give a shit. Next.
Somehow. I'm going to go somehow.
I don't care. I don't believe any of that shit is... I just don't care.
It's all temporary, whatever it is.
Like, I just don't care. Who gives a shit?
Well, I mean, it matters because it costs
none of it's. Listen, anybody who's worried about this, don't worry about it, because none of this is going to last. It isn't going to last. It's a blip in the the world, it's not going to last. So just sit back, relax, live your life.
Well, it'll affect people for a few years.
Love your neighbors. Love our American neighbors. They're still our friends. There's people down there that would die for us, and we would die for them. Don't let any of this shit come into your head. Because in the long run, our history with that country is 100% positive compared to what's going on right now. So this means nothing. We have 180 or 200 years of being best of friends, helping each other in crisis, helping each other in wars, helping each other in trade.
Yeah, but from a price point perspective.
But it doesn't matter.
It will matter for a few years.
It may not matter at all because guitars may escape the tariffs.
They change so quickly, it's really hard to keep
up. I don't think guitars are going to be in this. Because I've been talking to builders, companies in the U.S., they're not seeing it. So, I'm not going to say his name. I'm just going to say, I don't believe that tariffs are going to get involved in the music industry. I just don't believe it. If it is, it's only going to be a short time thing. And someone will straighten it out. And we'll be like, okay, let's get back to normal because I want to buy Martins, and this guy wants to buy Boucher's, and this guy wants to buy Bedell's, and this guy wants to buy Larave's, and on it goes. Our two countries musically are so integrated into each other that it would be foolhardy to cause a disruption in that. You know, there are thousands of Martins sold in this country every year. There are thousands of Larave's and Godins and all this sold in the U.S., right? So it'll all come out in the wash. Don't worry. If you're looking at something in the States and you're in Canada and you're looking at something and you're worried about its price is too high, just wait. That's all. Just wait. Life's not going to end. World's not going to end. Just wait. It'll all go back. We'll all go back. Everything is fine. Don't worry about any of this shit. It's all bullshit. We still love all of our friends down there, and Canada's strong. Elbows up. Let's fucking get together and go. Let's do it. We don't have no worries. That's what I say. So.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck?
I don't know what just happened. I think it might be. It might still be okay. It still says it's streaming.
Right.
I think it might be a computer problem.
We may have just got shut off because we talked about tariffs.
Oh no, we're still there.
We're still there. Okay. Good. What? That was really weird.
The computer just turned everything off for some reason.
Anyhow.
CIA.
We're gonna let you go. Holy shit! It's 8:20. We love you. And we will always love you, no matter where you are in the world, whether you're here or America or the other 37 countries we're in. We love you. And special thanks to my buddy Larry Reinders for being here tonight. It was a huge treat. He doesn't always show up, but but he's here tonight. Special thanks to lovely Ginger, who's in the house. Both the doggos, and Chris, wherever you are, kiss me arse.
There's no question tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Focus.
Your new guitar stand?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Vince Smith?
What's his name?
Vince Smith.
Vince Smith built this stand for me. It has string theory on it.
Hang on, I gotta move Larry's face out of the way. There we go.
Stand. And
Can you tip it forward?
This will be in the... studio now from now on. Look at that. Isn't that great? String theory. So this is the official string theory guitar stand now. The other old Hercules thing was just too big and bulky. But now we got the stand. So thanks, Vince. Love you, buddy. Yeah, we should have a question, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
I got so tied up with answering questions there, I got all excited. So, the question tonight is... I'm not sure what the question is. I'm not sure. I haven't even thought about it. I usually have something prepared.
Oh, what? I think I might have one.
Okay.
The bridge pins from that guitar.
Which
The
guitar?
materials from that one.
This one?
The one in the case with it.
Oh, yes. What material does Shenmue use for its nuts, saddle, and bridge pins? That's a good question. Because that is, it's actually not that rare. When you hear it, you think it is, but it's not. It's actually a material that's used quite a bit around the world because they're domesticated animals, right? So when they die, that stuff can be harvested. So we're looking for number 12.
Do they have to get the animal correct?
Yes. So it's a certain animal. Shenmue's nut, saddle, and bridge pins are all made out of this animal's bones.
On every model?
Every model.
Is it true? Okay.
Yeah. Which is incredible because it's really high quality and hard to get.
So Stephen was close. He said bone, but he didn't say the right kind of
No,
bone.
we need the animal.
Sorry, Stephen.
We need the animal.
Jim Waller as camel.
Jim Waller, you are the winner tonight, buddy. Number 12.
Are we doing 2?
Yeah, why not? Let's do another one.
All right. The second one with camel bone is Ryan Miller.
Oh, he's already 13.
Okay. Next one is Corey McCormick.
Corey McCormick, you're number 13.
Lucky number 13.
There you go, boys. There's the 2. You got 13. Don't even know what the prize is going to be this year. It should be something ridiculously good. It was this last year. It was awesome. So, yeah. There you go, boys. We had a 90-minute string theory, and I loved every fucking second of it. You got my buddy Larry here. I just love Larry. I'm so glad he came down tonight. Ginger's in the house. Chris is gone. It's so quiet in here. It's so quiet and thin in here. Chris is not here. You know, there's a lot less fat in this room. I love you guys. Thank you very, very much for supporting us for all these years. And if you haven't hit subscribe. Tell your friends to come watch the channel. There's so much here to watch.
We get to 40,000.
Not just this ridiculous Wednesday night, whatever, but we've got guitar reviews, we've got the life and music, we've got live at Ginger's Barn. We have so many things here you can watch. So, yeah, love you. We'll see you maybe next Wednesday. I got so many people in the studio right now making records, so I'm trying to but it's a good possibility Wednesday night's going to happen with Chris, and the week after that we'll be here, and yeah. So there you go. There's Strang Theory. Strang Theory.